What if the thing standing between you and your greatest life is not laziness, but loyalty to the wrong path? Most people are taught from childhood that quitting is weakness, that the moment things get hard, the strong push through and the weak walk away. And so we carry that belief into adulthood. We stay in jobs that drain us. We hold on to habits that harm us. We pour years into goals that no longer belong to us, all because we were taught that finishing is noble and stopping is failure. But nobody told you there is a difference between quitting because it is hard and quitting because it is wrong. There is a story told about a Japanese soldier named Hiroo Onoda. In 1945, when World War II ended, Onoda did not know. He had been stationed in the jungles of the Philippines with orders to fight, and fight he did. For nearly 30 years, he continued his mission, hiding in the jungle, surviving on roots and whatever he could find, evading search parties, refusing to believe the war was over. Leaflets were dropped from planes announcing the peace. Newspapers were thrown into the jungle. His family recorded messages begging him to come home. He dismissed it all. To him, it was enemy propaganda. He was loyal. He was disciplined. He was committed. In 1974, almost 3 decades after the war had ended, his former commanding officer flew to the Philippines and personally relieved him of his duty. Only then did Hiroo Onoda lay down his rifle and emerge from the jungle. He had spent 30 years fighting a war that no longer existed. The world around you saw what he could not, that his war was over. Now here is the uncomfortable question. How many of us are Hiroo Onoda? How many of us are still fighting a war that ended years ago? Still grinding on a path we chose at 22? Still loyal to a version of ourselves that no longer exists? Still committed to a goal that we inherited from someone else's expectations? Discipline without direction is just suffering with better posture. We have been taught to celebrate persistence without ever questioning what we are persisting toward. The truly wise understand that strategy includes knowing when to stop. A river does not force its way through a mountain. It finds the path where its energy creates the most movement. It does not quit. It redirects. And in that redirection, it carves canyons. Quitting the wrong thing is not giving up on yourself. It is giving yourself permission to finally show up for your real life. But how do you know when to stay and when to leave? That is where most people get stuck. They confuse discomfort with wrongness. Here is the distinction. When something is hard but aligned, your gut still feels it pulling you forward, even when your mind is exhausted. When something is wrong, the exhaustion is not in your muscles, it is in your soul. You are tired in a way that sleep cannot fix. Start there. Ask yourself honestly, am I tired because I am growing, or am I tired because I am done? Is this hard because it matters, or is it hard because it is no longer mine? Write down everything you are currently committed to, every project, every habit, every role you are playing. Then ask one question about each. If I had not already started this, would I choose to begin it today? If the answer is no, you have your answer. This is not a license to run from everything difficult. You still need to do hard things. Growth demands it. But the hard things should be in the direction of your actual life, your real priorities, your genuine purpose, your true potential. Every day you stay on the wrong path is a day you are not on the right one. That is not a small cost. That is your life. Hiroo Onoda lost 30 years in a jungle, loyal to something that had long since ended. When he finally came home, Japan welcomed him as a hero. But he himself said he regretted the time lost, the decades he could have spent differently, had someone just told him sooner that the war was over. Your war might already be over too. The job that was supposed to be temporary. The habit you kept just because you started it. the goal you are chasing to prove something to someone who stopped watching years ago. Let it go. Not because you are weak, but because you are finally wise enough to see that real strength is not gripping tighter. It is knowing when to open your hands. The most productive decision you will ever make might not be adding something to your life. It might be removing the one thing that has been quietly consuming everything else. Quit the right things. Stay for the right reasons. And watch what becomes possible when you stop spending energy on what was never meant for you. What are you still holding on to that you already know you need to release?